pit had a lot of sand in it. The wind probably drifted sand back over the plain within days after we found it. Rip pointed at the sandstone cliff they were approaching. About there, I think. Yeah. Hagen stopped the jeep and watched Rip bound away. He was a good-looking, athletic kid, and smart as they come. The boss picked his resume from a pile of 200 engineering students who applied for the summer job. The kid worked hard, never complained. Still, this was just a summer job to young Cantrell. Rip was too bright to settle for seismic surveying when he graduated next May. Hagen sighed, turned off the jeep, and stretched. The low cliff rising in front of him was sandstone, sculpted by the wind, like thousands of similar formations in this section of the desert. It was perhaps 20 feet high, Hagen guessed. The slope of the face was about 30 degrees, gentle enough to scramble up.
Better come up here and look, Dutch.
What'd you find?
Looks like metal, right in the rock.
A survey marker rod?
Come look.
Hagen slowly climbed to where Rip was perched about 10 feet above the desert floor.
It's metal of some kind, Dutch. Curved, right in the rock.
Hagen reached out, touched it. The metal was exposed for a length of about a foot. Vertically, perhaps 4 inches of metal were showing. At the maximum, the metal protruded about an inch from the stone. Looks a little like the bumper of an old Volkswagen Beetle, polished by wind-blown sand.
It's no bumper,
Rip muttered. Hagen bent down to study the exposed surface. It resembled steel, yet it didn't. A titanium alloy? It seemed too shiny, too mirror-like to be titanium, he thought. And the color was wrong. The metal was dark, a deep gray, perhaps.
Funny thing is, it's right in the rock, inside the rock. Now, how do you suppose someone got that in there?
Looks like it was exposed as the wind and rain weathered this cliff.
That can't be right,
Rip Cantrell countered stubbornly.
That would mean it was older than the rock.
It's a mystery, Hagen said dismissively and turned to look out over the desert. Dirt, sand, and stone. But it was beautiful. He loved being outdoors. Even though he had an engineering degree, he had never wanted an inside job. Rip picked up a handy stone and swung it against the exposed metal. It made a deep thunk. Hagen turned around to watch. Cantrell swung the rock 3 times, hard, then examined the metal closely.
Didn't even mark it,
he announced finally, straightening.
Not even a scratch.
Hagen bent down and again examined the surface, which was smooth, extraordinarily so, without a mark of any kind, like a mirror. Amazing how sand can polish metal. Well, wind-driven sand wears away the hardest rock. There are lots of mysteries in this desert, lots of things we'll never know. Dutch Hagen shook his head, then climbed down the ledge toward the waiting jeep. Rip followed him.
Maybe we ought to report this, eh?
Hagen chuckled. To Harvey, quick? Harvey was their boss. What are we going to tell him, that we found a funny piece of metal out in the desert? Old Harv will wonder what we've been drinking. Hagen grinned at Rip. Someday you're going to own this oil company, kid, and I'm going to win a big lottery. But right now, we both need these jobs. That evening, Rip told Bill Taggart about the find.
It's right in the rock, Bill. The rock is weathering away, and as it does, more and more of the metal is exposed. That's the way it looks to me, anyway.
What do you think, Dutch? Bill asked. He was about 40, a heavy-set, jowly guy who didn't like the heat. He spent most of his afternoons in the tent plotting the team's work on a computer. The kid is leveling with you. I don't know any more than he does. Never saw anything like it. Show it to me in the morning, will you? Sure, if we can find it again. Taggart smiled. Did I ever tell you fellas about the time we found a still in the Louisiana swamps? Mash was cooking and shine was dripping out the tube. There wasn't a soul around, so we helped ourselves. Didn't get any more work done that day, I can tell you. Oh, that was good stuff.
There's something inside that rock,
Rip Cantrell said, unwilling to see his find so quickly relegated to the tall tale file. Maybe it's Martians, Bill Taggart suggested with a chuckle. Or a big black rock, Dutch put in, like they had in 2001, A Space Odyssey.